I recently came across another company that actually does much more. I can't remember their name. I think it's Dunzo. I think it's the name. And what they do is they take your lead and then they create this radius map and try to shoot out newsletters, not newsletters, but mail newsletters to your clients and nearby to let them know that you are actually working in the job area. So we're just about to sign up with them. We haven't done that yet, but I think it's a pretty cool thing to do. So we're gonna integrate that into our punch out time to that so that at that time we get some folks around that neighborhood to know that we're working in that neighborhood. Um and also depending on the scope of work and how grande the project is, sometimes we do some parties with the clients, right? So we just maybe throw a party to invite some folks in there to come watch what we did. If they agree, of course. We might do like a some get some food, some drinks, and talk about the projects if we have to. But we mostly 9 times out of 10, I've only had one client who's agreed to do that. 9 times out of 10, they're like, "No, thank you. We're great. We're great with where we are." And so that's another thing we do towards the punch out. The other thing we do during punch out is photography. And we do some type of content behind that. I What I try to do is to stay away from trying to show off projects, and the reason is because again, your homeowner or your client or your next client who you're wishing to work with, yes, they do want to see that you have some good work, and they do want to see that you say who you say you are. But 9 times out of 10, they already have an idea of what they want, right? Because they go on Pinterest, they go on House, save all those photos, and he's like, "Hey, here we go. This is what I want." But we try to really use our social media to educate rather than show off. And so we still do photos. We still do take photos at the end of the project. We don't post so much of that on our social media. Maybe we throw it here and there. But other than that, we just mostly try to knock out as much as we can on the list. And then what we do is also, which is really important, is when we're completely knocked out with the punch list, we give our client a sort of like blank page with, it has a header on top, the company logo and stuff like that. And what we tell them is to go through the entire home within a week after we're done and when they leave. And if they find anything that we missed during the punch out, we'll come back within that week to complete it. So it's a very important step because yes, we have a punch list that we've created. We know what we need to do to be done. But sometimes you may have like a paint, ripped off on the wall somewhere, or you may have someone who broke a tile somewhere outside, So we tend to give the homeowner a chance to go through themselves. And this is only if we're working in those areas. Now I've seen it where they take advantage and tell you like, hey, someone broke the tile upstairs when we never went in there, right? But we try our best to give the homeowner the chance to look in the areas that we worked in and create their own punch list